Timeless life philosophies.
Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, once painted a picture of the subconscious mind as a hidden treasure chest. Now, imagine stumbling upon an ancient chest buried in the depths of a forest, rusty, weathered, and locked tight. That chest holds secrets about who you truly are, and inside, there's a treasure map leading to self-discovery and personal growth. Jung believed that our minds worked in a similar way. Beneath the surface of our everyday thoughts and worries lies a vast reservoir of wisdom, insights, and memories that we might not even be aware of. It's as if our conscious mind is just the tip of an iceberg, while the subconscious is the enormous structure below, unseen but ever present. But why should we care about this hidden part of ourselves? Well, our subconscious holds the key to understanding our deepest motivations, fears, and desires. It's like having a wise old mentor inside you, one who has all the answers about why you act the way you do, why certain patterns keep repeating in your life, and what hidden potential lies within you. But this mentor doesn't speak directly. It communicates through dreams, emotions, symbols, and even strange coincidences. Jung's philosophy teaches us that by exploring the subconscious mind, we can start to understand ourselves on a much deeper level. This journey is not just about self-reflection, it's about healing from old wounds that we might not even realize are holding us back. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself reacting strongly to something, even though it seems trivial? That's often your subconscious trying to get your attention, waving a flag saying, "Hey, there's something here you need to look at." Jung divided this vast world of the unconscious into two main parts, the personal unconscious and the collective unconscious. The personal unconscious is like a personal diary that you might have hidden away, filled with thoughts, emotions, and memories that are unique to you. These could be moments you've forgotten or things you've repressed because they're too painful or uncomfortable to face. It's all those little moments that make up your story but have slipped below your awareness. Then, there's the collective unconscious, which is a deeper and more mysterious layer. It's not just your personal story, it's the story of humanity itself. Imagine it as a shared database that every human is connected to, filled with symbols, instincts, and experiences that have been passed down through generations. It's like an ancient library that holds the wisdom of all those who came before us. This is where we find the archetypes, universal symbols, and themes that show up in myths, stories, and even our dreams. Why does this matter? Because by learning to listen to these deeper layers of our mind, we can tap into a wellspring of creativity, self-understanding, and even guidance for the challenges we face in life. It's like turning on a flashlight in a dark cave, illuminating parts of ourselves that were once hidden. So, in this video, let's explore how you can tune into your subconscious mind, using Jung's insights to become the best version of yourself. Ready to dig up that hidden treasure? Let's go! Jung once said, "Shadow work is the path of the heart warrior," and those words carry a lot of weight. But what is this shadow he's talking about? Think of it like this. As kids, we're all a little wild, full of energy, unfiltered, and unafraid to express ourselves. But as we grow up, we learn that some behaviors aren't okay. Maybe we're told to stop being so loud or don't be so selfish. So what do? We start shoving those parts of ourselves into a closet, hoping no one will ever see them again. Over time, that closet becomes our shadow. The shadow is essentially the parts of ourselves we'd rather not see, the darker, less polished bits of our personality. It includes those traits we try to hide, like anger, jealousy, greed, and even the desire to stand out. Think of it as a room in your mental house that you've locked up and never visit. But here's the catch. Just because you ignore that room doesn't mean it goes away. The shadow has a way of sneaking out, often when you least expect it. Let's imagine a scenario. You're at work, and a colleague keeps talking about their achievements. You find yourself rolling your eyes, thinking, "They're so arrogant." But pause for a moment. Why does it bother you so much? It's possible that this irritation is actually a signal from your shadow. Maybe deep down, there's a part of you that also craves recognition but feels ashamed to admit it. Perhaps you've been downplaying your own successes, trying to appear humble, even when you wish others would notice your hard work. The shadow works in subtle ways, reflecting back to us the parts of ourselves that we've hidden away. So, how do we start doing this shadow work? Well, the first step is to pay attention to your reactions. Notice what triggers you, what annoys you, what makes you uncomfortable. These reactions are often clues pointing straight to your shadow. For example, if you find yourself getting irritated when someone is overly confident, ask yourself if there's a part of you that wishes you could be more self-assured. It's like playing detective with your own mind, uncovering clues that lead to a deeper understanding of yourself. Have you ever noticed how certain stories just seem to resonate with you? Maybe you're drawn to tales of heroes fighting against the odds, or you find wisdom in the words of an old mentor. Carl Jung would say that this connection is no accident. It's because of archetypes. Archetypes are like universal storylines that play out across all cultures and times. Think of them as characters in a grand play that each of us is a part of, even if we don't always realize it. They're embedded deep within our psyche, shaping the way we see the world and how we act within it. Jung described these archetypes as being part of the collective unconscious. Now, this might sound a bit mystical, but let's break it down. Imagine a giant library, but instead of books, it's filled with universal symbols, themes, and stories. This library is something that we all have access to, regardless of where we're born or what language we speak. It's like a shared memory bank of humanity, filled with common experiences like love, fear, adventure, and wisdom. And just like in a library, some of these stories and characters resonate with us more than others. One of the most well-known archetypes is the hero. Think about all those movies and books where the main character goes on a journey, faces challenges, and comes out changed. From ancient myths like Perseus fighting Medusa to modern stories like Harry Potter or Frodo from The Lord of the Rings, the hero's journey is universal. Why does this resonate so much with us? Because, in a way, we all have an inner hero, a part of us that wants to conquer our fears, face life's challenges, and grow into a stronger, wiser person. Then there's the wise elder, like Gandalf from The Lord of the Rings or Yoda from Star Wars. These figures often appear when the hero is feeling lost, offering guidance and perspective. The wise elder represents that part of us that craves deeper knowledge and insight, especially when life gets tough. Maybe it's a part of you that seeks wisdom from books, mentors, or even your own intuition when faced with difficult decisions. Jung identified 12 primary archetypes, each representing different aspects of human experience: the hero, the sage, the rebel, the lover, and so on. Each of us has a unique mix of these archetypes, but usually one or two are more dominant. For example, if you resonate with the explorer archetype, you might always be seeking new experiences, traveling, or pushing boundaries in your personal or professional life. Understanding your dominant archetypes can give you a roadmap to better understand your strengths, challenges, and what truly motivates you. Ever had one of those dreams that just stays with you, lingering in your mind long after you wake up? Maybe it was a dream about flying, or perhaps you were being chased by something you couldn't quite see. Carl Jung believed that these dreams are more than just random images. They're messages from your subconscious, trying to tell you something important. To Jung, dreams are like postcards from the deepest parts of your mind, filled with clues about your emotions, desires, and unresolved issues. But why do dreams matter so much? Well, think about it when you're awake. Your conscious mind is in control. You're busy thinking about work, relationships, or what to have for dinner. But when you're asleep, the gates to your subconscious open up, and all those buried thoughts and feelings come out to play. Jung believed that by analyzing these dream symbols, you could unlock hidden aspects of yourself, almost like a treasure hunt for the soul. He talked about different types of dreams that each serve a purpose. Let's start with compensatory dreams. These dreams act like a balancing act between your waking life and your hidden feelings. For instance, if you're always logical and controlled during the day, you might have dreams where emotions spill out uncontrollably. It's your subconscious saying, hey, you need to pay attention to these feelings you've been ignoring. It's like a seesaw. When one side gets too heavy, the other side lifts up to balance things out. Then, there are prospective dreams. These look ahead and give you a sneak peek into what might be coming up in your life. Have you ever dreamed of a challenge, like climbing a mountain, only to face a tough situation soon after? It's like your subconscious mind is giving you a heads up, preparing you for what's to come. These dreams aren't about fortune telling. They're about showing you what's unfolding in your personal growth, what you might need to focus on or work through. Carl Jung developed a fascinating technique called active imagination. Think of it as guided daydreaming with a purpose. It's like walking a tightrope between your waking mind and your dream world, staying aware while letting your imagination unfold. Unlike regular dreaming, where your mind wanders freely, active imagination allows you to engage directly with the images and symbols that come up from your subconscious. It's a tool for self-exploration, helping you get in touch with those parts of yourself that are just beneath the surface. Imagine this. You've had a recurring dream about a shadowy figure that always seems to frighten you. Even when you're awake, the image lingers, like a distant echo in your mind. Through active imagination, you can revisit this figure without the pressure of being asleep. It's like sitting down for a chat with a mysterious stranger who's been following you around. You might close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and picture the shadowy figure again. This time, instead of running away, you approach it. You might ask, why do you keep appearing? What do you want to tell me? The answers won't always come right away. It's not about forcing anything. It's about allowing the subconscious to speak in its own time. As you keep engaging with the figure, you might start to notice subtle changes. Maybe it becomes less frightening, or maybe it transforms into a different image altogether. Over time, you might realize that this shadowy figure represents a part of yourself that you've been neglecting, or a fear you've been avoiding. By having a conversation with it, you're learning to understand it rather than being controlled by it. Ever had one of those moments where everything just seemed to align perfectly, like you're thinking about an old friend you haven't seen in years, and suddenly they call you out of the blue? Or maybe you're struggling with a problem, and the exact answer you need appears in a book that falls off a shelf. Carl Jung called these moments synchronicities, or meaningful coincidences. They don't have a direct cause and effect relationship, but they feel significant, almost as if the universe is trying to tell you something. Jung believed that synchronicities are like messages from our subconscious, revealing what's going on deep inside our minds. Think of it like a secret code or a nudge from the universe. It's like when you're listening to a song, and suddenly the lyrics seem to speak directly to what you're going through. These moments of synchronicity can give us insight into our lives, help us make sense of our feelings, or push us to confront something we've been avoiding. For example, let's say you keep dreaming about butterflies, and then you start seeing butterflies everywhere in books, on TV, even in real life. Jung would suggest that this is not a random coincidence, but a sign that something in your life is undergoing a transformation. Butterflies are often symbols of change and growth, and the fact that you keep encountering them might mean your subconscious is urging you to embrace a shift happening in your life. It's like your mind is holding up a sign saying, "Pay attention." Synchronicities can also help us deal with unresolved emotions. Imagine you're feeling lonely and out of the blue. You bump into an old friend. This encounter might remind you of the importance of connection, or maybe it's a gentle push from your subconscious to reach out and rebuild old relationships. It's not just a chance meeting, it's a reminder from the deeper parts of yourself about what you need. Carl Jung's teachings offer a path to self-discovery that's as deep and mysterious as our own minds. By exploring our shadows, understanding archetypes, decoding dreams, practicing active imagination, and observing synchronicities, we can open up a dialogue with our subconscious. It's like learning to listen to a part of ourselves that's always been there, waiting to be heard. When we do, we move closer to becoming our truest, most authentic selves. If you enjoyed this journey through Jung's philosophy, don't forget to check out our other videos and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. And remember, the treasure you seek is hidden within.